Hello and welcome to Green Shoots. This is a show where we catch up with founders of startups and find out their story, the story of their startups. What was the genesis? How are they nurturing their startups and what are their growth plans? I'm Anisha Nair Thavan. On the show, today I have with me Babita Jain. She's the founder of House of Prana. House of Prana is a lifestyle, fashion, artwork, and home accessories brand which Babita launched in 2018. Thank you so much for joining us, Babita. It's great to have you on our show. So I was
Thank
going
you
through
so
your
much for
profile.
inviting me. Thank you so much.
So, so looking at your profile, Babita, you had a family business, which is a garments exports business, and you
Yes.
used to work there. So, by any chance, did this help you come up with the House of Prana? Tell us, what was the light bulb moment for you when you decided
Yes,
to
I
start
can
House of
say
Prana?
that my exposure and my experience in garment industry did help me because I was so attracted towards fabrics that my passion was always towards fabric only. I started with painting initially, but then I thought I'll convert my passion into something beautiful. So I started making artwork and converted it into digital prints, like for making products like scarves, table mats, trivets, trays, and I've also made masks and scrunchies, and I've now ventured into clothing.
Mhm. Okay, but
Yeah.
but like you liked fabrics, you understood textiles because you were into garment exports. But what you're
Yeah.
doing now it actually caters to the luxury segment. It's all handcrafted, so obviously there's a premium attached to it. So what
Yes.
made
Yeah.
you go for something which is like a garment export for the masses and then move into something very niche? Was it because you like art, or did you think that this is what I want to do, or I want to only talk to a subset of the audience or this particular audience? So,
Yes.
what was the idea behind House of Prana?
So Prana is, as I told you, it's all about hand illustrated artworks transformed into digital into beautiful products. So basically, when I started House of Prana in 2018, and basically I was a housewife bringing up children, and when I'd also joined an organization called Picky Flow, and there I met a lot of women, like-minded women who were doing great things. And I used to think, what can I also do? So
Mm-hmm.
that's how, and in fact, I was the chairperson for Picky Flow Ahmedabad in 2019-20.
Mm-hmm.
So I started this in 2018, and my daughters basically pushed me hard that what is it that I like. So I said I can only understand art. That's it. So they
Mm-hmm.
said, why don't you use it to make some products out of it? I said, all right, let's start that, and we started it. And in fact, she helped me even think about a name called Prana, because I
Mm-hmm.
said I think from the soul. So we shortlisted this name as Prana.
So, Babita, you came up with the idea of converting your art into products that people can use. But how do
Yes,
you find a market for something like this? Because art is so personalized and it's an individual choice. So,
it is individual choice,
how do you
definitely.
find a
So,
market
so
for something like this?
see, I didn't think of it initially.
Hmm.
What will be the market like, because it was my passion, so I thought maybe even people will like it. So I
Hmm.
started it off, and before I could actually reach somewhere, pandemic hit us all.
Hmm.
And now I'm telling you that I've started it doing this, because basically we're a startup, so I'm growing. I will not say that I've reached a level where I can explore, everybody in the market loves my products. But
Hmm.
whatever it is, I've shown it to people. Whenever I've exhibited, people really love the product.
Hmm.
And now I really want to explore it further, and I want to grow it to international markets as well. But it
Hmm.
is a little far. My journey is a little far. I'm trying to grow up.
Hmm. So you spoke of the pandemic and you spoke at exhibitions. Now,
Right.
exhibitions and real life events were not really happening during the pandemic. So
Right.
what did you do in this time? Did you just create products? Did you ideate?
We
Do
I yeah.
do
So
you
I
use
use
virtual
that time to
platforms?
create. Yes, I use that time to create products, and because I was thinking that I need to get into clothing as well, so I was working
Mhm.
on those designs as well.
Okay. But
Yeah.
I mean, everybody moved online during the pandemic, and everything started happening online. Your groceries, your classes. So,
Yes.
I mean, you have a website. Are
I
you
have a
planning to use
website. I
this?
have a website. Plus, I am on few portals like Nykaa. Then there's Natty. There is Handtribe. There are few portals where my products are going, and
Hmm.
Nykaa is a good portal for that. Yeah.
Okay.
So
But
my scarf has been going. Yeah.
so, Babita, what I'm trying to understand is that there are marketplaces like Amazon, Nykaa, etc., and you cater to a segment which is a luxury segment, and most
Right.
people believe that luxury is very niche, and you can't club it along with value-based marketplaces. So,
Right.
what is going to be your strategy going ahead? Do you want to cater to this luxury market only, or could you create
No. Yeah.
mass-based
I want to
products?
cater to luxury market only.
Mhm. Okay, so how do you build your brand and how do you increase customers in a luxury space? Because this is a lot of your network, your word of mouth, advertising. Because for luxury, it isn't like a mass value, and you don't do the same kind of advertising that you would do for a mass brand. So
Yes.
I'm trying
Right.
to
Right.
understand what is your plan to grow your market.
My plans as such, right now I'm doing physical exhibitions now that everything is open up.
Hmm.
So that is
Hmm.
so we are doing our social media, our
Hmm.
endorsements on social media, branding on social media. I'm on
Mhm.
Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn,
Mm.
Instagram, and WhatsApp. So all the marketing basically we're doing from there.
Okay.
And now that everything is opened up, I am exhibiting in physical spaces as well.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah.
What are you aspiring for when it comes to the House of Prana? As a luxury brand, what is
I
your dream
really
like?
want to grow it uh, in a big way, in the sense I want to do exports.
Mhm.
That is my aim and my goal to grow. Yeah.
Okay, but have
But
you?
yes, it's going to take time. I'm moving very slowly.
Mhm.
I can't say that we'll be by next year we'll be known to everybody. But yes, I'm moving
So I
slow and
wanted to
steady.
understand from you what kind of brands would you like to associate with? Like, say, do you have a dream that your brand House of Prana should be something, a very niche brand, perhaps say in India, say like a Ritu Kumar, or say abroad, like a Hermes. So what do you aspire for being a brand to reckon with, and do you have a plan to get there?
Yes, of course. Not Ritu Kumar, but yes, Hermes, of course.
Okay, so tell us your plan. How do you penetrate that luxury market and create a room for yourself?
This is I'm going very slow. I'm actually contacting a lot of these influencers. So that's
Hmm.
how I'm trying to do it. We're trying to do it very, very slowly.
Mhm.
Uh, so I'm contacting these influencers, even Bollywood celebrities and all those people
Okay.
as of
Okay.
now. Yeah.
And which is the segment that you feel has the greatest promise, and where do you think easiest success will come by? Will it be your clothing line? Will it be home accessories? What is it that you want to focus on?
I want to focus more on scarves and
Mhm.
clothing and less on home accessories.
And why so?
Because home accessories are very, slow process. Except in the physical space exhibitions, it's okay. But otherwise, if you want to make money, it has to be clothes.
Okay. If the margins are higher there, or it's the
Margins are
lesser
higher.
amount of time? Okay,
Yes.
margins are higher. Okay. Okay. And what kind of growth are you envisaging in the years ahead? Like you're saying, I'm growing slowly, and you want to go get into exports. So when you get into exports, if you want to reach out to, some stores abroad that house luxury items, have you identified any names that you want to collaborate with?
Not really, not right now. But actually, I would like to go to France. I would like to get in touch with French designers and French houses.
Okay. And are you planning to perhaps even exhibit abroad and find a new clientele altogether?
Yeah, actually, in fact, there was few exhibitions I was trying to get into, like Divalicious, which was in Dubai. But then Dubai didn't open up well, so I didn't want to risk it. So I want everything to open up, and then only I can plan exhibitions abroad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Babita, your personal experience is one that I want to talk about. You said that you worked with your father, and then you got married, you took a break, and then your daughter goaded you into doing something that you used to like and you perhaps forgot about it. Do you think
Yes.
yours is going to be a lesson for all those women who have forgotten what they were good at? Do you think it is possible for women to come up with these, something that they love and make
Yes, it
a
is.
business out
Actually,
of it?
all of us should follow our passion. I really, really think that. And House of Prana is an extension to my passion.
I just wanted to understand from you what kind of challenges exist for women who want to pursue their dreams like this, who perhaps have not really thought about that I'm an entrepreneur, but they want to create something and then build it up. What kind of challenges did you face?
Challenges, of course, first I didn't realize what I want to do. That was the biggest challenge. And if your family helps you realize your calling, I think that's the biggest help they could do. And of course, my experience with garments, I knew about textures and fabric feel and everything. So that's how it helped me. Even after 20 years, things have changed so much. Styling has changed. Everything has changed. But still, that knowledge did help me.
Okay, and going ahead, you want to keep with this handcrafted, personalized, very niche kind of products that you want to offer on House of
Yeah.
Prana going ahead as well.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Babita, for joining us and sharing with us the story of House of Prana. We wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
So, thank you. So, that was Babita of House of Prana talking to us about her story, about how her startup came about and how she plans to grow her business. And that's all that we have for you on this episode. We'll be back with more conversations like these with founders of startups. Stay with us.